Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ACT, Anita's Communication Tutorial. Hello everyone, in this video I'll discuss about different types of pressure sensors. In the previous video I have discussed different types of pressure sensing elements like bellows, capsules, diaphragm. Here we will see how these are used to sense pressure and convert into corresponding electrical signal. The first type of pressure sensor is potentiometric pressure sensors. The potentiometric pressure sensor uses either a ball and tube, capsule or bellows as a pressure sensing element, which drives a wiper arm over a resistive element that provides voltage that is proportional to the pressure applied. In this figure, we can see a bellow is used for sensing the pressure. So whenever there is an increase in pressure, bellows expand, causing wiper to move upward, and this will reduce the resistance and will give more output voltage. This output voltage will be proportional to the pressure applied. The second type of pressure sensor is an inductive pressure sensor. Here, LVDT, that is linear variable differential transformer, is used to vary the inductive coupling between the primary and secondary coil of the transformer. Here we have used a capsule as a sensing element. The core of the LVDT is connected to the center of this capsule. The movement of capsule of the pressure sensor can be measured using this LVDT. The output voltage depends upon the movement of the core, which is connected to the capsule, which is sensing the pressure. So as the capsule moves, the core moves in and out, thereby giving an output voltage. The next is capacitive pressure sensor. Here, the sensing element used is a diaphragm. It contains a capacitor with one static plate and one flexible membrane. The pressure to be measured is applied to this flexible membrane, that is a diaphragm, and the applied pressure causes the diaphragm to deflect and the capacitance to change. That can be measured using an electrical circuit. We know capacitance is equal to A epsilon upon D, where A is the area of the plates, D is the distance between the plates, and epsilon is the dielectric permittivity. So capacitance is proportional to the distance between the plates. So whenever the diaphragm will deflect, so the distance between the plates will change, and so the capacitance will also change. The next is piezoelectric pressure sensor. It uses piezoelectric material like quartz or ceramic, which has the ability to generate electric potential whenever they are subjected to mechanical stress. So, whenever a force is applied on the quartz crystal through a force summing membrane which distribute the applied pressure equally on their surface, they produce charge. And this rate of charge produced is proportional to the rate of change of force applied. The next is piezoresistive or strain gauge pressure sensor. Piezoresistive material has the property that whenever they are stretched, they produce change in resistance. Here, a diaphragm is used as the pressure sensor element with the strain gauge. So, whenever the pressure is applied, it forces the diaphragm to deform, which causes the strain gauge to change its resistance. This change in resistance can be measured using a Wheatstone bridge circuit, and the change in resistance is proportional to the pressure applied at the diaphragm. Coming to the next, that is variable reluctance pressure sensing. Reluctance is the opposition to magnetic flux lines and is determined here by the air gap present between the two coils and the diaphragm, which is used as a pressure sensing element. Here, inductance is changed by changing the position of movable core which is inside the coil, and this core can be attached to the diaphragm. When the pressure moves the diaphragm, the core will move and change the amount of inductance in the coil of the wire, and hence the inductive reactance. Now, if the coil is placed in an AC circuit, the change of inductance can be used to change the voltage drop across the inductor.